The old house stood on a hill, dark. Its silhouette loomed against the night sky, a silent sentinel watching over the valley below, imposing. Wind howled through the eaves like a mournful cry. The sound echoed through the empty rooms, a ghostly symphony of the past. Inside, dust motes danced in the pale moonlight. They floated lazily, undisturbed for years, a testament to the house's long abandonment. Shadows stretched and twisted, alive with unseen menace. A floorboard creaked. The sound was sharp, breaking the heavy silence like a knife. Footsteps echoed in the silence. Someone was here. The sound grew louder, each step a reminder of the unseen presence. A cold draft snaked through the hallway, carrying the scent of damp earth and decay. It whispered secrets of the past, chilling me to the bone. The hairs on the back of my neck prickled. An invisible hand seemed to brush against my skin, sending shivers down my spine. A sense of dread washed over me. Something wasn't right. The air was thick with tension, and I could feel eyes watching me from the shadows. The old grandfather clock chimed, its sound resonating through the empty halls. Midnight. Its sound was heavy, ominous, and seemed to carry a weight of centuries past. I stood before a painting, an eerie masterpiece that seemed to hold 1,000 untold stories. A woman with hauntingly sad eyes stared back at me, her gaze piercing through the dim light. Her lips were parted in a silent scream, as if frozen in a moment of terror. It was as though she was trying to warn me of something dreadful. Suddenly, the shadows in the room deepened, creeping along the walls like dark, sinister fingers. The temperature plummeted, sending a chill down my spine. The painting seemed to come alive. The woman's eyes followed me wherever I moved, filled with a sorrow that was almost palpable. Her silent scream echoed in my ears, a haunting melody that lingered long after I'd left the room, leaving me with an unsettling feeling that I would never forget. I had to know more. Who was this woman? Her face seemed familiar, yet distant, like a shadow from a forgotten dream. The more I delved into the mystery, the more questions arose. And what was the source of this chilling presence? The air grew colder as I walked through the eerie hallway, and the foggy graveyard at night seemed to whisper secrets of the past. I discovered an old diary in the attic. It was hidden among dusty relics, almost as if it was waiting to be found. The moment I touched it, a shiver ran down my spine. Its pages were brittle, filled with faded ink. Each word seemed to echo with the voice of the past, telling a story long forgotten. The diary told a tale of love, betrayal, and a vengeful spirit. Handwritten notes and eerie sketches painted a picture of a life filled with passion and pain. The woman in the painting, her name was Eliza. Her eyes, filled with sorrow, seemed to follow me, pleading for her story to be told. She had been murdered in this very house. The walls seemed to whisper her name, and the dark corners hid the shadows of her tragic end. Betrayed by her lover and left to die. Her final moments were filled with despair, and her spirit could not rest. Her spirit, unable to find peace, haunted the house, seeking justice. The flickering lights and ghostly apparitions were a constant reminder of her unresolved anguish. A blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. I spun around. Eliza stood before me. Her eyes blazed with fury. Her spectral hand reached out, cold and insubstantial. Fear paralyzed me. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. She was real. Her pain, her anger, it was all real. She was trapped here, bound to this house by her anguish. I had to help her.